Would you look at that? Let's do some math here. 6.848? No, 46? I'm sorry. 6.846. 0, 0, 7, 5, 6, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, quote unquote legit time after we just saw him slingshot back and forth, right? Look, let's talk racing rivals for just a little bit here, okay? So the whole ordeal at this point is hacker or no hacker. Okay, we are John Milk in this lobby is already confirmed hacker. Let me just focus real quick. All right, so basically the whole turf isn't even turf anymore. Like it used to be like, you know, dual conversion. You had like what do you call it? Your rating was way higher than it was supposed to be. And then you have not jet mod. It wasn't called jet mod. It was called infinite turbo or something or whatever. And like it gave your car a ton more power than it was supposed to have. And then it jumped over to like auto launch, auto NOS. The game basically raced for you except for shifting. All you had to do was shift. It's like this game, it's too many topics. So let me just pick one and start there. Okay, so it's like it's just kind of like you play the game, right? And you just want to do normal things. And when I say normal things, I'm talking about like I want a turf, I want a pink slip, I want to have fun. But then you jump into turf, where by the way, turf is supposed to be like the only really safe place because multiplayer you got all the lobby jumpers unless if you're in a completely max lobby. You have all the lobby jumpers, you have all the scumbags, you have people who can't race their own level. But then you jump in a turf, and it's just kind of like, this is the one place where I know This is the one place where I know what kind of car I'm going to race against. I know exactly what car, what rating, what lobby, especially if I ask people in the lobby and they're polite enough to tell me. So, you wonder how. The question then is define fun on Racing Rivals. It's like fun on Racing Rivals is different to many people. So there's trading, there's just regular racing. Some people don't even like the pink slip. There's regular racing, there's pink slip fanatics, car collectors. Some people just like to customize cars. They don't care about anything else. They just try to open as many crates as they can, customize cars. They like all the customization features. They enjoy the way the game plays. And this guy's in a K1. He can screw off. Voice crack. But now there's hackers introduced into the game, and it's like hackers, glitchers, exploiters, whatever you want to call them. It ranges from double conversion to infinite turbo to auto launch, auto NOS. Now, thankfully, ever since the 6.0 update, you can no longer auto launch. No, was it 5.0? 5.0, my bad. Ever since the 5.0 update, you can no longer auto launch any car, auto NOS. All those files are locked. However, like I said, I know that there is a force paint mod that was patched pretty quickly. I know that much. But let me see here. And that scumbag, what is he doing? I, I do not understand. Like, I waited you out the first time, so let me challenge him again. I'm sure he just did pay attention. Like, I'm totally not in a car that does 6.4 to his 6.6 on his best run. And I could pull a 6.4 out of my ass. It's like, um, lost my train of thought. Anyway, then there was Unlimited Turbo, and you had a BMW doing a 6.4. You had a K1 doing a 6.2 or 6.1. And now we're back to that point where we have BMWs doing 6.6s, Nismos doing 6.5s. What is this Stella challenging me for? Um, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm very upset right now. You can't really, whatever this APK is, it's that I've checked all my connections. I've asked around. I've Google searched using all different terms. I said I've checked all the known websites that most of the APKs have come from. Like I'm not a perfect person. I never was a perfect person. I never ran an APK, but I know where they came from. It's like I'm not that dumb. It's kind of like one of those things where you're a cop. Let's just hypothetical here. If you're a cop, it said you have connections to the underworld, but you don't use them like that. Except I'm not fighting for justice. Well, in a sense, I am because I want to eliminate the APK usage itself. But like, I feel like if I could just get the APK and just send it to Glue, like make a MediaFire link and just send the link to Glue, I feel like maybe, just maybe, I could like they would look at the files and just be like, okay, so this is how that. Why are all these K1s challenging me? What is their problem? So they look at the files like, what the heck was that? They look at the files, they'll go, okay, hmm, we got this command string altered from what it's supposed to be. We have this line altered from what it's supposed to be. This code is altered. Like, all right, somebody went in and changed the code for such and such car, such and such turbo, such and such power distribution to weight. And now you got my FRS specs doing 6.8. You got RX7 specs doing 6.7. Stella's doing 6.6. K1's doing 6.2. Zonda's doing 6.3. It's just kind of like, I'm not going to sit here and go into coding. I'm not really an experienced person with it to begin with. Coding does not come easy to me, um, actually. It's like I could talk about code, like the basics, the tops, not in terms of programming itself, but I understand the general idea of how coding works. Like you, like you type together a string of commands that a computer is able to understand, that then allow certain events to happen or certain items, etc. I get that much, but now all of a sudden you got this APK running around, and it's just kind of like, what? I can't play anymore. You know, it said every time there's an APK, you can't play anymore. Did I just see a 6.620? What the hell? You really can't play anymore. Like you could free race all you want. That's always an option. So that's what I like. This is why the other day Jerry made in, what do you call it? I guess I say a list. He made a list of why this game is still great. Which I cannot begin to explain realistically how excited I am that someone other than me still has faith in this game. Now, don't get me wrong. People, when they're upset with things, always will badmouth it. They will always say something. If you're unhappy with something, you will say something out of frustration. It's like I guess Jerry would call it being negative all the time. I mean, I to me that's normal. You know, nobody's happy with the current state of the game. So of course we're gonna say something. I said, but I'm just excited to hear that somebody other than me still has faith in this game and still likes this game and still sees that it's playable. It's better. It really is better than most. Like I couldn't finish my sentence there. I had to pretty much cut off CSR2. CSR2 is fun and all, but when you go to actually try to record something, I could sit here and record tunes all day, but if I could just be completely honest here, I'm not going to want to sit around and farm cash using a GTR, and most people don't even want to raise the 200K or the 100K. 50K at a time takes forever, and then you got to go back and find all the performance parts. All right, thanks for telling me. You got to go back and find the performance parts for every single little piece. The fusion parts, the everything. The game is okay, but it's expensive to make tunes, if that makes sense. It's like nobody wants to sit around and farm, and farm all day on one game. You know, Never mind. Nobody wants to sit around and farm all day on one game. It's like I want to play other games. It's like I may love um GTA 5, Gmod, Fallout 4, Black Ops 3, mm, etc. I may like these games, and I may want to sit on them for long periods of time, but I do like to play other games. It's like you know, CSR2 is one of those situations where there's only so much playability. I said you can only play it so much you can only play it so much, and then it's just done. So it's done. What car does he have now? Is that a Bentley? Yo, this guy has like all like the force painted cars in the game. He's a solid gold TLX, a matte red M4 Performance Edition. The list goes on. But off topic a little bit. Is Zonda challenging me? I'm done. There's a Zonda challenging me. I'm done. Um, the game is still good. The game is still good. It's still fun. It's still playable. So the only problem is there's a small group of people who don't know how to voice break again. What is going on today? So the only problem is there's a small group of people who don't understand compassion and integrity when it comes to playing this game. It's like they just want what they want, and that's it. So they don't want anyone else to do any better than them, which nobody else wants anyone else to do better than them. But they want to very literally scumbag their way to the top. I hit that wall hard. They want to very literally scumbag their way to the top. So they don't care who they crush. So they don't care what happens to other people. So that they want to use illegitimate properties and modified files and whatever else to gain as much possible advantage as possible. As much possible advantage as possible. Maybe I should have scripted this. Like honestly, like when you think about it, I sound confused. It's just, these people just boggle me. It's like how could you? I could understand how you could live with it. It's like I've done some things, not in terms of racing rivals hacking, but I said I'm pretty sure everyone has looked up the occasional video on CSR2 or whatever other game, and it's like how to hack, blah blah blah, money, whatever, you know. But to just why is this K1 keep challenging me? It's like it makes me very, very angry. And it's very difficult to make me angry, but I'm just scumbags in freaking R3 cars doing 6.4 think it's okay to challenge someone in an R2 that does 6.6, even 6.6 on a best run. It's like how does that go through your head that you think that that's okay? Same with the APKs. It's just kind of like they're justifying usage of APKs to themselves. It's like, oh no, this is okay. This is okay. As long as I win, everything's okay. I said I got infinite grip or whatever's going on. Actually, that's a good question. See, this if so, part of me wants to find the APK because I want to send it to Glue. Other part of me wants to find the APK because I want to see just exactly what the heck is going on. It's like, do they have insane grip? I mean, every time you race a hacker, they get to launch and they go flying off the line. It's kind of like so. It's a possibly infinite grip, possibly turbo mod, infinite turbo, infinite NOS, etc. So I've noticed something though that most of the hackers, like legitimately most of the hackers, if I could just identify one in here. No, 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 no. I don't see one yet. Well, anyway, most of the hackers generally, when you check their profiles, they have brand new profiles. Said how to identify a hacker as of 6.0.2 update. What was that? Check their garage. Check their garage. 80% of hackers are people who have actual profiles that don't want to get exposed and don't want to get banned on those profiles. Now, I kind of wish Glue would trace back IPs and be like, oh, this IP is also registered to this account. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if they make a transfer of cars back here between this account and this main account sometime in the near future. I said, let's just look at that. Let's examine that. Let's see if those IPs do a transfer of cars, or those accounts do a transfer of cars at some point in the future. And so I really wish that Glue would take that extra step, because that extra step is actually important to the community of people. They want to see justice upheld for their cars. It's like I'm not gonna sit here and say go back and trace every single car and figure out who lost what when, and start handing back cars through a profile. I won't lie, that's a little too much work, even to me. That's a little bit too much work. So I wouldn't say do that. That seems like too much to me. But I do believe that they should take the extra time out to trace back IPs to check which accounts are moving cars within a certain period of time after seeing modified APKs used on those alternate accounts, so that the main account gets banned too. Because people that have to use an APK don't deserve to play this game. They're breaking terms of service. Technically, they don't deserve to play. It's like they hide on alt and do whatever they want to do and think it's okay. It's that they do not deserve to play. It's like I wish to see justice upheld. I wish to see evisceration of their hopes and dreams, their accounts, whatever, gone. Now, if you want to identify one, so most of them have brand new garages. You'll see Jetta or Honda Civic Sci or Dodge Dart, and you'll see FRS Scion or Charger or whatever. First two campaign cars. Then once they get that second campaign car, they transfer over a car, run their APK, start taking cars. It's really not that hard to identify. You just those extra 30 seconds that you take, those extra 30 seconds could be what saves your car. So I sincerely hope that people watch to this point of the video and notice that those extra 30 seconds, that what I'm saying could save your car, because it saved my car at least 5 times yesterday when I was trying to turf at night. So you click on their profile, and if they have a short garage that looks like they literally just transferred a car and started rolling it, that's suspicious. Don't race them. or don't pink slip them. At least run a free race, get some points. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to find pink slips every now and then. U.S. Cars event, I was killing darts. I was killing, I was taking the darts like crazy, so I got some points in, but I still have a long way to go. So I'm just trying to work at this point. Not many rear wheel drive D class cars, sadly. So, especially not in the showroom that I could just build up and roll out, but it's there's a way to identify most of them. Like 80% of them have shortened garages. The other 20% are just straight up scumbags, don't care about the ban that most likely will come to them. The quote unquote mass bannings indicated by Glue is that they don't care, so they just run off their main. I don't know who John Milk is, but he's a scumbag too. I've come across quite a few of them. I've already put up a couple of videos where you see Zon, Decay1, etc. It said they are. It's very easy to tell during a race though. It said they will try to downshift to play it off, but you can still see. So you can see. So they will fly ahead at an abnormal speed, and then it will be quote unquote your internet connection, even though most likely, let's be honest, it's not your internet connection. They will fly ahead, and they will fly ahead, and then they'll just all of a sudden drop back, just like they used to do with the double conversion mod. Missed my NOS. Just like they used to do with the dual conversion mod or double conversion, whatever you want to call it. Instead, they fly ahead, drop back, downshift, so that the race doesn't look illegitimate. They want their race to look as legitimate as possible. So even though, you can tell it's not. It's like you're on half decent internet. You can look at the race and see it doesn't have to be perfect internet. Half decent internet does work on this game. It's like I've done that before. When you go over your data limit and it starts to slow down. I've played with that. It still works. You know, there's nothing stopping you from playing with that data. So now, of course, I have upgraded data, unlimited data, 4G. You got to keep it 4G. But it's they're not hard to spot. It's to apply just a little common sense, and you don't have to lose your car. You know, just apply a little bit of common sense, and you don't have to lose your car. That if you just think and add some logic, you'll notice some things don't make sense. And that is exactly how you spot the hacker. Flying ahead at the start of the race, dropping back at the end, abnormal times, abnormal garage. It looks like they just moved the car over and started going straight into the pink slips now. Don't get me wrong, some people do Smurf accounts, but lately I would be extremely hesitant to race a Smurf account because they look suspicious. Just said I like this game. I want it to continue to be stable. I want it to continue to be fun. I want to continue to enjoy it. But these people are ruining it and they don't care. Which is to be expected, if they're going to be scumbags enough to use APKs, break terms of service, then I can expect that they don't care. See, now the only good part is if you get the race on video, more often than not, Glue will give you your car back. I appreciate that. No one wants to lose a car to someone who cheated. I just lost a C7 earlier. Um, I got it on video, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it back simply because he just downshifts at the end of the race. And if Glue looks at the video, which I'm gonna send it in a support ticket, rest assured, but they're gonna look at the video, and I already know how this is gonna go. So they're gonna take a look at it. They're gonna go, he did a 6.771, so it looks legitimate. But if you look at the race, it's not legitimate. Like the whole rest of this video, nothing has gone wrong with my internet. Except the race has been solid. Okay? And then all of a sudden, this guy comes along at the beginning and just starts flying forward and dropping back spontaneously. You know, come on, Glue. Really? It's like, I'm just, this game, I like it. I don't like the people in it all the time. It's just, so frustrating. I don't know, man. Is that I'm gonna keep looking for pink slips. Be like, I'm trying to set up like a pink slip video because I know I haven't been posting as much as I did before. I've seen comments like that, and I don't feel the best about that. So I'm trying to just line up some pinks that won't all end in 100% disaster. It's like everybody thinks I'm like some great racer. I'm really not. It's like I just put up so many videos, it looks like I'm a good racer because you see a lot of wins. But I guarantee you that if Pigpen or Jerry or Sam or any other RR YouTuber started putting up tons and tons of videos of pink slips, you would see it's luck of the draw. It said it's all about the amount of videos you put up. That'll tell you who is, or quote unquote, good, quote unquote, bad. I say quote unquote because no one's really good at this game. It all comes down to during a race, the most important things are RT and shifts. Shifts come before RT. You don't always need a perfect launch, like Pigpen said before. You don't always even need a perfect RT. Shifts. If your shifts are wrong, your time is going to be just deplorable. So you want to focus on those shifts. Now, this has been going on for like 27 minutes. I'm really surprised my storage hasn't run out because I have like 20,000 apps on my phone, which I need to go through and delete. But I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this here, and I hope, I really hope that this is fixed very quickly because I'm trying really hard to turf, and it's making my life difficult when I can't make a measly 25,000 points because there's APK modders in BMW GT2s doing 6.6, high 6.5, or you have freaking FRS specs doing 6.8. You got whatever else you call it. It's like you can't get pink slips. You're scared to pink slip. It's like I'm not really scared because I'm recording. I could just get my car back, but you know, missed my NOS too. But I feel bad for everyone else. Wow, he messed up more than me. I feel bad for everyone else though because not everyone can record or does record. So if they lose their car, that's it. Their car is gone. So it's not coming back. And I'm rambling on at this point. I, I want this game to succeed. It's a good game. It really is. This is one of my favorite games to play on my phone. I said honestly, but just some things need to be fixed. Some things need to be fixed. I said thanks for watching. To leave a like if you agree, which I'm sure dang near everyone's gonna agree. There's gonna be like the occasional dislike because somebody wants to troll, but that's okay. This is the internet. But like I can understand that. But it just like honestly, like to leave a like if you agree with what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? It said, everybody wants to win, but they're going to some scumbag lengths. It's just I can't. I can't, dude. I can't.